What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. Saw some massive transfer news broke yesterday for Newcastle United, according to Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. I will put the picture up on screen now for you to see. It's up to you to believe it at the end of the day, but quite a few media outlets are talking about this as well, so it does look like it is legit. There's no messing around here. And Hugo Ekitike, according to Fabrizio Romano, has agreed a 5-year deal with Newcastle. Now it's about final details to be discussed with Reims before the deal is completed. Talented French striker, of course, was in the BVB list for Borussia Dortmund. He was also on the list for PSG as well. But Newcastle have been pushing for months after the January negotiations to bring Hugo Ekitike to Newcastle United. And it does look like we have finally gotten through to the young 19-year-old who is very highly rated in world football right now. He's definitely a one for the future. He's a wonder kid. And looking at his stats, if you look at his goal average, it's right there with Kylian Mbappe when he was 19 years old and moving to PSG. So, that in itself shows you right now, how great this young lad is going to be, and he's got a massive, massive future ahead of him. And Newcastle are right there to get him. We just need to get them final details sorted out. According to NUFC 360 on Twitter, that picture will be up on screen as their tweet as well. Newcastle United are confident of wrapping up a deal for Hugo Ekitike in the next few days after Reims accepted the club's latest offer for the teenage striker. NUFC have agreed to pay an initial fee of around €30 million, £25.5 million, with a further €5 million of potential add-ons included into that, which could probably see the deal go to about £30 million, maybe £35 million, or depending on what happens with the add-ons. Craig Hope as well put out a tweet about Hugo Ekitike, saying Newcastle hopeful of sealing Hugo Ekitike signing structure, fees, terms still being discussed. A loan plus obligation to buy was moved away to, of course, delay FFP restrictions, but that was moved. But it will be a permanent deal for the young 19-year-old. Deals also still in place, of course, for the likes of Sven Botman and Matt Target as well, according to Craig Hope. They're saying around £36 million to capture the Reims striker Hugo Ekitike. Chronicles also got it out saying Reims had ideally wanted a fee of around £25 million plus more than £8 million in add-ons, and those initial demands do not appear to have put Newcastle off as discussions continue on the structure of the deal. Newcastle Reborn, which is a person on Twitter, put up Mbappe was 19 when he went to PSG, the same age as Ekitike, and they have the same goal scoring average at that age. That lad can be anything, which is exactly what I was just saying before as well, referring of course to that tweet by Newcastle Reborn as well. Do go check them out on Twitter. Moving on to Squawker, who put out a tweet as well about Hugo Ekitike, saying no teenager scored more league goals in Europe's top 5 divisions last season than Hugo Ekitike. 24 games, 1,274 minutes, 10 goals and 3 assists. And of course, they added attracting interest with a diamond, which, like I say, he's been interested to clubs like PSG, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Man United. Pretty much anybody who's anybody in world football has been interested in Hugo Ekitike, and Newcastle have agreed, according to Fabrizio Romano, a 5-year deal for the young 19-year-old French striker. Rafael Varela as well on Twitter put up player to watch. Hugo Ekitike is just 19 years old. Despite his age, he has played 50 games and 2,854 minutes of league football. In this time, he has scored 19 goals, averaging 0.6 goals per 90. He also assisted 7 times, giving the player a 0.82 GA per 90, which is absolutely crazy for a 19-year-old. So that just shows how talented this young lad is. And if you watch some of the compilation videos online of him, he is absolutely fast as lightning. He's very strong as well. Even though he's only a skinny lad, he's very strong. He does play with his back towards goal. He is going to probably have to build a little bit of muscle for the Premier League, because it is quite a more demanding league than the French league. But I think he will still hit the ground running coming into the Premier League, when we do finally get them finer details of the deal done. Pete Graves as well also put up a tweet about Hugo Ekitike. Was told last night, still work to do on Ekitike in Newcastle. Growing confidence that one will be done. At least 3 other strikers have been discussed. One of them is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and certain members of the ownership also admire Darwin Núñez, which is absolutely crazy. Of course, another one that is highly rated in world football right now, and another one that is on the lips of every single agent, every single club out there trying to get the signature of Darwin Núñez to their club, and hopefully, Newcastle is one that will get it. But we'll see how it goes moving on with that one. Talking about another player now away from Hugo Ekitike, we'll talk about Amadou Haidara of RB Leipzig. The reports, of course, from a paper in Germany, I believe it is, have reported that there's a release clause of 37 million for, of course, Amadou Haidara, which expires on June 15th, 5 days after the window has opened. Man United and Newcastle were among the clubs showing a previous interest in the player, so maybe another one to watch out for there. Maybe Amadou Haidara could be making his way to Tyneside with that 35 million euro release clause in there, set to expire 5 days after the window has opened. Looking at Sven Botman yet again. Sven Botman, we are talking about, speaking to ADNL on Twitter. Milan and Newcastle, those clubs are interested. Yes, I can't and won't say much about it. There are talks ongoing. I won't go into all details, but it's well underway. I do hope that the transfer for the new season is completed soon. So looking at that, like he's just said, Sven Botman, the talks are going, they're under the way between, Milan and Newcastle. Hopefully, Newcastle are the ones that will secure the signature for Sven Botman, another highly rated player in world football today. So, and another young one as well. He's starting to see a little bit of a, focus here to younger players that'll be with the club for the next 10 to 15 years as well, which is fantastic. You're not seeing the likes of an Everton or an Aston Villa, where they're going out there and they're buying the 30 plus year olds, 30 and older. Newcastle are going out there, they're being wise, they're going and scouting out and trying to sign, the talent that are in their younger years, 24, 25, a little bit younger than that as well, like Hugo Ekitike, who was 19. Players that are going to be with the club for a long time, another 10, 15 years, even 20 years down the line, they're going to be with the club. So it's going to be crazy, but we're going to see how this transfer window works out. Moving on to another player. In this one, I don't know if you can believe him or not on Twitter. I will put it up. It's entirely up to you to believe it at the end of the day if you want to. Newcastle are monitoring the condition of Yannick Carrasco. Atletico won 50 million euros for the Belgian star. And this one, of course, is coming from Akrim Cunyo, I believe it's pronounced. Probably butchered his name there. But it's coming from Akrim on Twitter. I will put the tweet up on screen so you can see it. At the end of the day, I don't know how credible this guy is, but if that is the case, you know, 50 million euros for Yannick Carrasco is quite a good deal. And if we go back to another player as well that we've talked about on the channel, is Moussa Diaby of Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, he was at a press conference and he says, PSG is my training club. I do not rule out a return to PSG. I will think about it if they call me. So this one's coming again from somebody that I don't know is a credible source or not. You know, so I will put it up there. It's up to you to believe it at the end of the day if you want to. It's coming from Alfonso Leocadio, I believe it's pronounced. So if he is correct or not on that one, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the press conference myself, so I wouldn't know if he actually did say that in the press conference. But if he did, it does sound like, you know, if it's between Newcastle and PSG, he's going to choose PSG. So let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. I hope you liked the video today. Do go check out the videos I had up on the channel yesterday as well, where I talked about the latest transfer talk yesterday, which included, of course, Hugo Ekitike, Sven Botman, the usual culprits in this transfer window. And also go check out the video on Dan Ashworth as well, where I talk about my thoughts about Dan Ashworth, what Dan Ashworth has done as well to get to this point where he is going to be the brand new club director, sporting director for Newcastle United. Till next time, I hope you did like the video. If you did, please hit a like on it. If we can get to 50 to 60 likes on this video, that would be absolutely amazing. And also, if you haven't done it, please do feel free to subscribe. At the end of the day, it's completely free. It does help the channel to grow, and I'm on the road to 1.5k. So that would also help the channel pushing forward and to reach a wider audience as well. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?